Hey everybody, so in this video we're going to be looking at visual schedules for preschoolers and how you might use them during our school closure time. So generally when we talk about visual schedules, we talk about them in the context of special needs. They're actually really helpful for all students, for all children of a variety of ages, but we'll be looking at specifically how to use them for children with special needs and then how to apply them to neurotypical peers as well. So why do we use visual schedules? They provide a sense of consistency. Children know what is coming next because they can see it. They have that routine. That can help to reduce anxiety. And then over time, when you use them, they help develop concepts of time before and after, first, second, third, and then concepts of organization and help lead to more independence for children as well. So there are three main types of visual schedules that you see. If you watched the video that was about working at home with children, these are the same images that we use there. So this will be kind of a repeat of information, but it's good to know. So the most common type is a schedule that uses icons or clip art that you print from the computer. If you Google Boardmaker lesson pics, there are thousands upon thousands of pre-made icons that you can just print and add to your schedule. Generally, you'll see them with Velcro so that they are movable. You might see just two on a schedule. So you have a first, this happens, and then this happens. You might see them with a little basket or an envelope where the child puts the object, the icon for the activity that's done in an all done area so that they can see that that part has finished. We physically moved it and then we move on. You might also see some schedules that are made using photos from home. If you can do this, this is one that we definitely recommend because it's more personal and more meaningful for children if they can see, oh, those are my clothes that need to be put away. That's my toothbrush that I need to use now. Thirdly, if your child is pre-verbal or nonverbal or has difficulty understanding graphics representationally, then you might use something called an object schedule where you are using physical objects rather than just pictures or images to transition between activities. So handing your child a washcloth after they eat is a cue, a visual reminder that next comes washing your face and washing your hands. So you use objects rather than just images. So before you even start your schedule, there are some things to think about to set you up for success. So first, do you want it to be someplace permanent? Do you want to mount it on your wall or do you want it to be movable? At our house, we have one that's in my daughter's room that she's used for many years that just has the things she needs to do to get ready to go in the morning, and that one is mounted on her wall. It doesn't move. Since we've been home, we've created another schedule for both of the kids, and I made it movable on foam board so that it can go to the backyard with us, it can go in the bedroom with us, so that we always have it handy to refer to when it's time to transition to a new activity, or I can remind them, hey, look, guys, mom has a meeting coming up, but then after that, this is what we'll be doing. Secondly, consider, is there a way for your child to manipulate the things that are on the schedule? Do they get to turn something over? Do they get to move a picture, take it off the board, put it in an all done area? 3, does your schedule match your natural daily rhythm? Not every child needs a visual schedule. What's more important is maintaining a rhythm to your life so that kids know what's expected every time. Just like we know that the sun comes up in the morning, that's a natural daily rhythm that we rely on that provides a sense of routine and normalcy for us. So visual schedules can be one way to meet that need, but your child may not need one. It may become more of a power struggle and not be worth it, in which case, forget it. Think about if your schedule is flexible or not. There are some things when mom and dad have meetings, that part is not flexible. We have to have that meeting. You have to play independently during that time. but maybe there's flexibility in other parts of the day and we can change things around. And then who's responsible for putting things onto the schedule? Decide that ahead of time, figure out how much responsibility you're willing to give to your child for that, depending on their age and their needs. Okay, so if you want to continue, you're feeling good, then let's keep going, okay? So here are some tips to ensure success. So with young kids, we want to keep the schedule really broad and not tied to specific times. Probably that will lead to a lot more anxiety if it's tied to specific times, and it'll be really counterproductive because the whole point is to reduce anxiety. Teach your kids how to use the schedule. This seems like a no-brainer, but it's not going to work if you don't put in the time at the front to really teach them explicitly, this is what it will look like, this is how it will work, this is where the pieces will go, okay? Give your child as much control over the schedule as you can. And that depends on your own needs and your child's needs and abilities, but maybe they can be the ones finding the icons and putting them up. Maybe you can give them 2 choices so that after your phone call is done, they can choose, do you want to go outside or do we want to do some art, so that they're in control as much as possible. In the classroom, we talk about alternating preferred and non-preferred activities. So if you do have a really important meeting, then maybe you build your schedule so that you do something super fun right before and something super fun right after, so that they're getting that alternating of preferred and non-preferred. Also think about how to alternate quiet and more active activities. That's just something in general, part of a natural daily rhythm that's really helpful. And then limit the number of things that are on your schedule. So some kiddos might do best with just 2 things, a first and a then. They only can really understand a very small amount of material at any given time, and more than that would overwhelm them and wouldn't be useful. For older children, you might think of a lot more. At our house, we do between 4 and 6. That seems to be really great, and it's small enough that it is flexible and easy to change out because schedules change all the time. And it's a really great life lesson that you're teaching your kids too. If you have any more questions about visual schedules, if you need help creating icons, we are so happy to do that. We could print them for you and have them ready for you to pick up on Mondays at school. If you just need some created and emailed to you so that you can print them, we're happy to do that too. If you want to chat on the phone or over Zoom about how to best set that up for your particular child and meet their specific needs, we're definitely here for that as well. So let us know what we can do to help. Bye.